Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, it finally did go and happen. I'm sure you guys maybe know we did go and touch on it a little bit throughout this earlier in the day video, but we did finally get to go and see some Best Buy movement. I want to talk about you guys a few little things too as well, and also kind of give you guys just a chance to go and talk about the drop and all of that in the comment section, or kind of hear my thoughts on it and all that good stuff. And as well, I do want to remind you guys, we will probably most likely have another video up more of like just kind of more of like a tip and trick and also a reminder video, but there will also be a Walmart restock again going on later on throughout tonight. I know I made a video on that before, but I just always want to make sure people are aware. Sometimes people say me like, Scrapping, how do you not know? But I'm like, sometimes I'm like, hey, I made like 3 videos on it already. But just a quick reminder before we dive in the Best Buy stuff and some other little floating around things, because we also have a little bit of walk-in stuff that's been floating around a lot, like a lot more. We'll have to kind of go and maybe try our best to follow up on that a little bit more too as well. But we did finally get to go and see the Best Buy restock, and of course, as per usual with almost every single one of these drops, it kind of didn't necessarily go that good. But I do want to give you guys a little quick few tips as well, just with all the future Best Buy drop, because we actually might even have one upcoming next week that is not confirmed as of yet, but we'll talk about that in a second. So if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Those are the Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys would like to go and follow on up. And of course, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100 with the links down below. You guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Of course, like the video and leave your thoughts and comments down below. So as I quickly mentioned over here too, Best Buy did go and restock earlier on today. We have been patiently waiting for this big boy for how long now? Like what, 2 weeks or so? We did at least have some confirmed stock arrivals beforehand. But the one really weird thing, it's kind of more so like me making this video, like if you guys are kind of curious on the purpose, to let people first of all know what happened, but also number two, what didn't happen, because we still did not actually go and see an Xbox Series X restock. Which, once again, and I'm not sure why all these Xbox, we actually have some new Xbox news in a second we'll talk about, have been so hard to find and get into. It doesn't really make too much sense to me at all. I really don't get it. I'm not sure if Microsoft's just been very slacking or what's going on, but we're barely seeing any Xboxes. But, and I've said this before, for the upcoming Walmart restock, if you guys want the Xbox, go for that. The Xbox is actually quite easy to go and cop and get. There is still struggle, there's still bots, there's still scalpers. I mean, there's still a lot of people still actively like going after these consoles. But the one major thing is that it is still kind of easy to get, at least in comparison to the PlayStation 5 Digital and PlayStation 5 Disc. Both of those seem like they're confirmed for this drop in a few hours. That will be at 9 p.m. EST. Actually, no, I think it's 8 p.m. EST. It's in the next few hours. I'll have a video up, so don't worry about it. I'll tweet about it just if you guys are curious on that. I made the proper times before. It's at 8 o'clock my time, so 9 o'clock EST, I believe. So if I'm wrong, whatever, I'll make sure to tweet about it and have a video up when it does actually go properly live. But when it comes to all this stuff, number one, Best Buy, for some odd reason, did not do any Xbox Series X's. So throughout the next few days, maybe on Friday or maybe early next week, we are extremely overdue when it comes to the actual Xbox Series X consoles. But the PlayStation, I also want to remind this too as well, it's kind of like another kind of reason why I've been making this video, some very small rural areas, and this happens every single drop, might still have stock. So this probably doesn't affect too many of you guys out there. Maybe you guys have family in the middle of nowhere. Maybe you guys have like, family in just the middle of Kansas or something like that. I don't know. But if you guys are very much in like rural farmland type areas and all of that, be on the lookout because we do sometimes see Best Buy still having some stock. Now, just imagine if you're outside of the usual 250-mile radius from like a major city, major place, major town, whatever it is, be on the lookout and go and check. It's very rare, of course, because most people are, within a 250-mile radius. I'm in Chicago myself too as well. So at least for me, at least I do know that like my area is mostly all sold on out. But just always be aware that we usually see those kind of still trickle on in and somewhat still have some stock availabilities throughout the rest of the actual like day or so, usually around like 5 or 6 hours after the fact, but for these very rural areas. So be in the mind for that for the PlayStation consoles. But we actually, once again, and I feel like Best Buy has actually been getting kind of rough too as well, because it goes into these raffle systems and raffle queues. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have been seeing that stuff or still following that stuff around. At this point, I almost dislike it, and the major issue with that is when it comes to some of these bots, depends on the store, depends on the location, obviously, a lot of the times they will have add to cart links, which basically kind of bypasses the whole system of like CAPTCHAs, having to reload the page, having like a bugged up website or whatever. And they have a chance to basically just have it really clean and really easy when it comes to just checking on out. And that's one of the big issues too when it comes to Best Buy, is because people can sometimes have a lot of issues, you know? And whenever I've been trying to get a console for my friends, so I keep on telling you guys I'm going through this process day in, day out with you guys. It's awful. I hate it. I hate it. It's a BITC. Like, you guys, you can fill in the blank. But basically, it's just not a good experience. And I do kind of hate the CAPTCHA system because, believe it or not, a lot of bots will still be going and getting on through. And even all these orders, even if they are local store pickups, usually they'll just go and try to buy out areas that are near them and maybe just do like a nice little road trip one day and kind of float around and get like 10 consoles and go from there. Granted, it is better than, say, Walmart, which, once again, I'm going to hope and pray to the Lord Almighty above us that we don't have to go and deal with too many actual PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X scalpers and bots, because as you guys usually know, the bots are usually buying out every single bit of stock, especially when it comes to Walmart, which is not fun, not good stuff. But at least we did finally get to go and see the Best Buy restock happen. I had a lot of issues. It was almost instantly out of stock for me. And though I think they usually do waves, I always want to remind you guys they do waves. And a quick reminder, and I'll probably go more in depth on this in a few hours too in that next Walmart video. Don't forget, Walmart does do waves. They will do waves. They usually do waves every 8 to 10 minutes. Just in case you guys don't see that video, or but just by the time that video is up, you guys just may not know. I would rather you guys be on the website, refreshing, trying to get the mobile app or whatever. But we basically use that stuff, use the wave knowledge, use the beta app as well for Walmart, and go and get that. So just a quick reminder on that. We'll probably go a little bit more in depth in that in a few hours. But when it comes to these actual drops that happened today, we also did have an Ant-Online restock for their bundles. Let me know if you guys had any good runs on it. I feel like people keep on I keep on seeing people, it's like almost like a 10% of my community actually getting their drops, actually receiving their consoles and all of that, which does make me sad because I feel like that ratio should be a lot higher for folks out there trying to actively get their consoles and get these drops or whatever. But at least we do know that there is another drop going on throughout today. And usually, and this is kind of why I'm saying this for Best Buy, usually whenever Best Buy does go into restock, they usually do the week afterwards too as well. So they usually have a little bit of a break. You know, they do a few weeks off. They do like 2-3 weeks. They build up stock, they move stock, they put stock to the warehouses, and as I mentioned before, they still have not done any Xbox Series X restocks too as well. So just keep that all in mind, that that's going to be prepping it up for the next upcoming drop too. So just be on the lookout, be aware, and we actually might have some pretty good stuff throughout these next 1 or 2 days. Not 1 or 2 days. That's maybe for Xbox, maybe 1 or 2 days, but for the next 1 or 2 weeks, we should probably go and see some more cycles of Best Buy drops. If they continue the trends, it's not always 100% consistent on the trends themselves, but just based on how they've done it the past like 6 months, we can be on the lookout for it. As well as I also mentioned, if you guys are in rural areas, to keep on checking your Best Buy and stuff too as well. And also don't forget to check your emails, because sometimes if you guys do have the add to cart and checkout, even if you guys think you guys did not get it for whatever reason, they sometimes do have some bugs and issues with it. But overall, kind of good on that. And I also want to I'll maybe kind of touch on this and bring this news up too as well for the next video, because it will be a little bit more on the Walmart side too as well. But we're also once again seeing even more Walmart walk-ins floating around. So a little bit of a nice little shout over here to Brian Hoffman over here, who saw this at Scrubbings, seen the tack Xbox Series S and my local Walmart in Western Kentucky. As you can see over here, we're actually seeing some nice little batches of also Switches and also Xbox Series S's and of course controllers. And now, as you guys know, we do have a Walmart restock happening again in a few hours. I've said it a few times throughout this video. But when it comes to that, I'll be very, very curious to see if we also see some extra batches available for PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X's available in the actual in-store stores. Because right now, they are mass producing and mass future selling right now all these consoles for when it comes to Walmart. So ideally, we'll maybe actually see more movement maybe in stores, maybe in these next few weeks, after this massive restock wave. They've done 3 weeks in a row, and especially for Walmart, I don't know how they're getting all the stock. If anything, I'm happy with it because at least people are getting stock. But as you guys know, they keep getting all these bots everywhere too as well. Same with Best Buy. It's just, they're not the best drops. Like I wish they're a little bit better, but at this point, I'd just rather have a drop than no drop at all. We also did see other folks over here too, like good old Zoop Midi, who I actually see floating around a lot up on the actual Twitter sphere, who also once again did go and see some Xbox Series S's floating around. So I might go ramble a little bit more on this later on throughout tonight for a Walmart video. I know you guys know about the Walmart restock and the drop and all that type of stuff. So just be aware that these are making their way around town. And it also might be a very nice, good indicator for Xbox Series X's as well, showing it up and maybe after this drop is all fully situated and the stock that's overdue is actually sent on out, maybe more PS5s walk-ins too as well. But we'll talk about that maybe a little bit more in the next video. Probably similar stuff too as well, so you guys can maybe skip it if you guys saw this video. We can go from there. But that's about it for this video. You guys can let us know how Best Buy went. I just want to keep you guys in the loop and also give the reminders for other places and the Xbox reminders and all that. And the Walmart reminder. We'll have another Walmart reminder because I just want you guys to get your fucking consoles. I dropped the F-bomb, I'm sorry. And all that stuff. So if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for the brand new PS5 giveaways. Amazon links down below. Twitter and Twitch streams as well. Webull and Coinbase is also down below. Make sure you guys like that video. We'll see you guys up later on throughout tonight for those next videos. Also might even do a little bit of a restock stuff on Twitch too as well, maybe. So I love you guys all, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys up on the next one.